It's another edition of Food with Matt and Kate.
Yay! Da-da-da,
Right? But if we're talking about food, should we have like eating sound effects? Like
probably, because what I just did there was the theme song music that I typically use for whatever contest or whatever quiz you throw at me.
Right.
I forget what they're called.
Is that Price is Right though?
I think so. Yeah, I'm ripping off Price is Right also. So yeah, you're right. That nom 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 noise you made is pretty good.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah. Okay.
That's kind of gross though.
Yeah, is this fast food?
So this is fast food.
Okay.
KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, now selling plant-based chicken.
Okay. Now available, huh?
And the chicken was developed, I say air quotes there, the chicken was developed by Beyond Meat. So it's an already established company that knows how to make meatless products taste like meat. So it's not like KFC trying their hat at it. They're like, hey, you do this. Do this for us with 11 herbs and spices.
Yeah, there's the two main ones, right? Beyond, and then the other one is Impossible, I think.
I think you're right. The Impossible Whopper. Is that where that came from?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So in this case, it helps if you deep fat fry it, probably.
Probably.
I bet you this is better than... Okay, I bet you if one were to do a side-by-side taste test of traditional KFC fried chicken versus this plant-based fried chicken, that they would be more satisfied with that than the person that goes for the traditional Whopper versus the plant-based. Just by virtue of the fact that the whole thing's, I assume, right? Deep fried.
Yeah, right?
What's it called? What is the general food items that are available?
It is plant-based chicken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. KFC selling chicken skin? No, thank you, Google.
Chicken. That would be nice. You know, someone's like, I'll take fried chicken. Could you remove the skin? And then other people could order just the skin.
So we had a potluck at the radio station that I worked with before, and you had to reply to an email of what you're bringing so nobody brought double things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys I worked with said, I'm bringing a bucket of chicken, but I'm eating the skins off first. It's like...
Yep. Yeah, there's a South Park episode where they get a bunch of fried chicken. They refer to it as Colonel. Like, oh yeah, okay. Colonel, for Colonel Sanders. And they're getting ready to eat. Then it's like Stan's mom or Kyle's, I think it's Stan's mom, is like, hey, help me with the groceries first before you eat. And they're like, oh, Mom. And then Cartman goes, come on, guys, we can get it done real quick. And you're like, okay. And they start turning around. And Cartman acts like he's walking with them. And then turns around and consumes all the skin off of all the fried chicken.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay, so I posted a picture in our show notebook, and it's KFC, so you can see that. But they kind of look like chicken nuggets, but they've got little wings on them, like little angel wings. Is that what that's supposed to look like?
Okay, yeah, there it is. So it looks like, so basically the Beyond Fried Chicken is going to be chicken nuggets, or is chicken nuggets. It's a Kentucky Fried Miracle.
It's a chicken fried miracle. And instead of being in the red and white bucket, it's going to be a green and white bucket, still with the Colonel's face.
That makes sense. Is this available now, or?
Yes.
Nationwide, all KFCs?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Yeah. So if you've been wanting to try Beyond Fried Chicken, now you can.
There you go. Now, have you tried any of these plant-based meats, Kate? I forget. We talked about it a while back.
I have not.
Okay.
I am intrigued, though. Like the Impossible Whopper, I would like to try it.
Yeah, I have a friend who's vegan, and he had me over a while back, and was like, you can have something different if you want. If you want a regular hamburger, I was like, no, I'll have what you eat. I'll try it. And it was one of those. And it was either an Impossible or Beyond patty that he had put on the grill, and that was pretty good.
Yeah?
That was pretty good. Yeah. It was enjoyable.
I did incorporate more beans into our food this week, Matt. The children don't know this yet.
Okay, here we go. Sneaking the healthy beans into some food. What are you doing this time?
Yes.
So what I've been familiar with so far is that you'll do it with like taco meats, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what have you done now? What have you done this time?
I've stuck with black beans, and I put them in the food processor, so they're pretty much liquefied. And then I put them in my protein balls.
Oh, okay.
Which are normally peanut butter, honey, oatmeal, protein powder, flaxseed. But this time I did peanut butter, black beans, oatmeal, flaxseed, and protein powder. So I didn't do the honey, but I've put beans in there. Can't taste them.
And the kids eat protein balls?
Yep. Tastes like no bakes.
On their own accord, or you tell them to?
No, like for breakfast. I'm changing up their breakfast. They were like, Mom, we're really tired of eggs for breakfast. And I was like, okay. And I made these protein balls, and they have 2 protein balls and an orange, and they are good to go.
Do you heat that up?
No.
Okay.
No, you refrigerate them. Yeah. Let's see.
Interesting.
Hold on. I'll send you a picture of what it looks like.
Okay. Do you bake these or anything ahead of time? Or
yeah.
You bake a whole bunch?
I make these like the night before.
Pop them in the fridge.
And then when you're wanting something sweet or you're wanting something full of protein, like for breakfast, I also I'll grab one of these before I go to bed, because I usually would want something sweet before I go to bed. And instead, I'll have one of these protein balls because they taste like no-bake cookies.
Okay, so you make these the night before? You don't make a whole bunch to last you the week?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
Did you get the picture yet?
You text it to me or what? Oh,
yes, I texted it.
Yep, here it comes. Here we go.
Got it?
Well, this looks lovely. I'm impressed.
Oh, and chocolate chips. I think I forgot to say chocolate chips.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, there's chocolate chips.
So that's why it tastes like a no-bake.
Okay, that helps. Oh, yeah, and then there's the black bean puree there.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Pretty gross, right?
It does not look good deconstructed, no.
No.
It looks the after product looks much better than the mixing bowl you've got here that has the bottom layer of oatmeal. Is that just dried oats or
dried oats? I've got some protein powder and flaxseed in there,
okay.
And then there's the big of the beans and the dollop of the peanut butter.
Yes,
and chocolate chips.
I don't know why you had to use that particular noise for the pureed black beans, but I'm glad the listener doesn't have to look at this right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if the listener could see it, they would understand. Maybe we should put it on the Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super not technical.
Do it, Kate. Share the recipe.
But that's the thing. I don't really have a defined recipe. Dumping this, dumping that.
That's
stir
fine.
it up.
Close enough.
Okay, good.
And people can eyeball it based on this photo.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah. Do you follow recipes very much?
I don't cook very much.
Okay.
But when I yes and no. If it's something that I've made over and over, like my spaghetti, no.
Right.
If it's because I just to taste. But if I'm making something new, yes.
Figure in retirement I'll be doing a lot more interesting cooking.
You don't think what you're doing now is interesting?
Well, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like, okay, so I'll take some vegetables and some other bologna and maybe mix it with some rice, maybe have some steel-cut oats with it, and then always have eggs, you know? It's just, I don't know. I don't bake anything at all, for example.
Yeah.
It's basically all done in my electric skillet. Pretty much everything I make. So I thought, just like last week at one point, I was thinking, maybe I should go to the next level here and try actually using a recipe and see what I can do. Instead of just, some of this, some of that, some of this, some of that. Basically how you described making your protein balls. How it's like, well, I just know that there's like a pile of each thing, and then you mix them together, and then next time maybe I say, okay, more peanut butter next time. Or more chocolate chips next time. Whatever it might be.
Absolutely.
No, I'm curious.
No complaints, and I'm going to wait till they're gone to tell them, P.S., there's a whole can of beans in there.
Now, why would you Okay, so, trying to think.
I don't want them to be like, no thanks.
But in the you think they'd be willing to have it in the future, even though they've been made aware of what's in there?
That's a good point.
Like, okay, now we know, so the next time you make it, so
you could lie to them though.
Yeah, just lie to them for a while longer, and then
their life.
Yeah, just lie to them for the rest of their lives, and you'll be golden.
Yes. I've gotten very good at lying to my children. Why stop now?
Right. Why neglect such a great skill?
I know.
Yep.
I'm a really good liar when it comes to my children.
Any notable ones? Anyone stand out more than others? Who their father is?
No.
Okay.
Like what happened to their broken toys?
That would have been amazing had that guess been correct.
But you've seen my children. Like there's no evidence that I am in their gene pool at all, except for maybe their like sassiness. They look just like their dad and their dad's side of the family. So
okay.
If I wasn't there, I'd wonder, are they mine?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, all right, so I cut you off trying to guess.
Yeah, there's no getting out of that one. Everybody knows. Like, where they're broken toys. Like, if they're like, hey, I've been looking for such and such. I'm like, man, haven't seen it. Tossed it out.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Because it was a broken toy that they were clinging on to forever. I assume this was years ago that you last needed to do that?
6 months ago.
What was the toy?
It was some sort of like not even changing the batteries made it work. But it was something like not a dinosaur, but the dinosaur was supposed to be the bad guy in their around their castle, and I didn't know that, and I threw it away. I was like, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like we just posed it around the castle.
Yeah.
And so you told them you didn't know where it was?
I haven't seen it.
God, Kate.
Is it in a box somewhere? Did it make the move?
Then they spent hours and hours and hours searching for it.
I don't know about that. They've a short attention span. They'll move on to some other bad guy. But
okay,
that's a myth that no one, or that's a parenting strategy that no one prepared me for. That you will probably lie to your children a lot. Like who ate the last cookie, and there's not black beans in the protein balls, and
that's a lie by omission. So that one isn't too bad, I guess.
Right.
If they ask you what's in it, have they asked you what's in it?
No.
Okay, if they ask you what's in it, then you'll be lying.
Right. All good things. All good things.
Yeah. Tell you what, lying does come in handy sometimes.
Yup.
I just lied the other day, in fact. I don't want to get into it, though.
Okay.
They might be listening.
Do you want me to give you more lies of mine, then?
Yeah. You got more lies you can share?
Birthday presents.
Well, what do you mean? You lied about a birthday present?
Yeah, like it's in the mail.
Oh, I see.
I just haven't got it yet. Yeah.
Tell you what, it's a beautiful time to blame the Postal Service for your stuff showing up late.
Absolutely. Not your mother dropping the ball because she can't keep it all together. Nope. Definitely not her.
Yep. It's the Postmaster General. They're the one. They did it.
They did it. I totally ordered it on time, too, months ago. Nope. Did not do that.
Yeah, I saw an Amazon truck the other day, and it popped in my head. I was like, how many of these are there, like, roaming the city right now? Just something to think about. Lots, I think, is the answer.
I think you're right. A lot.
So they moved most of their stuff? They ship that way now, right? Instead of UPS or FedEx or Postal Service? I think so.
I think you're right. I was behind a delivery truck yesterday. It wasn't Amazon. What's the bright yellow one? DHL?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I was behind a DHL, and it was tall enough that when I was behind it, I couldn't see the stoplight.
Oh,
but
yeah.
The people behind me were honking, so I was like, oh, must be a green light, and we're not going. And so the car behind me pulled into the turn lane, put his car in park, got out, and started banging on the DHL window.
Oh, my God.
Which my first thought was like, oh, is he having a medical emergency? No, he was sleeping.
Really?
Yeah.
How could you tell? How'd you
He
find
was
out?
kind of slumped over. I mean, I just thought he was kind of leaning. Like, kind of like leaning. Yeah.
And so you saw that he woke up?
Yeah. He kind of did the, looked around and then, gassed it.
Yikes.
I was like, well, he's awake now.
Yeah.
Good thing the light was still green.
Yeah, it's better to fall asleep at the stoplight than, as you're in transit, but...
Yeah. But I couldn't see if the light was green or not, but people around me were very unhappy. Move it, buddy.
Yeah, we talked before about how it'd be nice to have a different tone for a, hey, the light's green versus a F you kind of honk.
Get out the way.
Yeah, a courtesy honk versus a, which I don't really recommend if you can avoid it. And I understand it's a reflex. It's hard to stop honking at someone when it's far too late for you to make any difference. At a stoplight,
but sometimes, do you ever honk at people for their bad choices? Like, I'm not going to hit you, but shame on you. You should not have pulled out in front of me. That's
the issue. That's the ones that I think I would rather not do.
Yeah.
Have some restraint.
I don't do it very often, but I mean, the other day it was kind of slippery out, and this person pulled out in front of me on a 55-mile-an-hour road, and I'm like, what's happening?
Right.
Like, on a dry day, not a good decision. But when, roads are kind of compromised, you're really going to pull out in front of somebody? But, okay, if you're going to pull out in front of somebody, Matt, better get to moving. But nope, this car was just putting along.
Yeah, that's obnoxious.
Sunday driving.
Were there people behind you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there were. So oftentimes, someone pulls out in front of you and you're like, there's no one behind me. Why couldn't you just wait 3 seconds?
Yeah, I get you. All you had to do, 3 seconds. That's it. All you had to do was wait. Yep.
Instead, I'm going to slowly pull out in front of you.
Yeah. So it's not just me almost hitting you. It's the line of cars that are going to hit me as I hit you.
And then on the other side, I think you have people that are trying to be quick off the punch. Like, oh, I'm going to stop at this stop sign maybe like 1/100th of a second, and then I'm going to lurch into the intersection because it's like I'm wanting to go, and they're waiting on you to come by, before they pull out, but you don't necessarily know if they're waiting or if they're going to continue to pull out into the street.
Yep.
And then you have to apply the brakes, and then you're like, no, now you've slowed both of us down because you couldn't just hold on to start inching forward until I was about past. I mean, come on. Come on.
Come on, man.
And while we're on the topic, because now we're just getting into a pet peeve area here, applying the brake and then using the turn signal. Turn signal first, then brake. Turn signal.
Yeah.
Well, ahead of time. I understand if you're like, whoa, that's my turn. You're unfamiliar with the area. Okay. But this shouldn't be a thing you regularly do.
Right.
Brake, slow, slow, slow. Now my turn. Now my blinker is on. Come on. What are you doing to me? Kill me here.
Those new indicators, on those new cars, I mean, aren't they new?
Which ones?
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh,
that
right.
All cars come with turn indicators.
Like
they're really easy to use. Yeah.
Well, some of the new turn signals look like they're trying too hard. They'll have like 3 sections light up. Like, dunk, 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 like 1, 2, 3, like to make it like looks like it's animated or something.
On the tail.
On the tail light, yeah. On the turn signal. And it's just like, what are you just trying to be too cute? I don't know.
Oh.
Remember the guy that did the video? Remember I sent you that video about with the guy describing how dishwashers work? Remember that guy?
Never forget it, Matt.
Yeah. Technology Connections is the name of the YouTube channel. He did a segment on why turn signals don't sync up. Have you ever been in a stoplight? You ever been at a stoplight and you notice like, oh, my turn signal's in sync with that person in front of me. And then a few ticks later, you're now out of sync?
I've never noticed that, Matt.
Oh, really? That you never? Okay.
Nope. No.
In my face.
So, did he say they never really sync up, or?
Yeah, they don't. There's just too much variation between voltage and all the different cars, and then even with modern cars, you know how you hear like, right, as your turn signal.
Okay.
That you would hear. That's been like similar to how a turn signals sound for a while. Like a lot of modern cars, that's just piped through the speakers themselves. Whereas in old school cars, that actually is an element that's clicking inside.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Another thrilling.
They pipe it through the speakers, huh?
Another thrilling factoid. Yeah, well, I think some like BMWs or some, and I'm sure other cars, where as they've gotten more fuel efficient, people want their sound of their BMW. I feel like I'm right on this. And so they would pipe additional engine noise through the speakers. There'd be speakers inside the car that would basically pipe in fake engine noise.
Really?
To give you the feel? Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I would think you would just move on and accept that modern technology has made engines quieter, but whatever. Whatever. You do you.
I guess, yeah.
Not you specifically. One does one.
One does one.
Yeah.
Matt, I love playing games. Specifically,
mind
trivia games with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Da-na-da, da-na-da. See, now I have an excuse to use that music.
There you go. Okay, so imagine being a contestant on Jeopardy. We love Jeopardy.
Yeah, I can't imagine it too awful much just because of how much smarter the people on that are than I am.
True.
True.
But can pretend.
Yeah, I've got a good imagination. Okay, here I am. Yep, there I am.
There you go.
Ken Jennings.
All right. So I'm going to ask you some Jeopardy questions, but I'm going to tell you the category is all about rock bands.
Rock bands. Okay. I think I've got some pretty good rock band knowledge, but we'll find out.
I think you'll do well. Okay. In 2013, this Enter Sandman metal band became the first to perform on all 7 continents when it played at an Antarctic base.
Who is Metallica?
Well done. Well done.
I assume you did want me to go ahead and put it in the form of a question?
You bet your sweet patoot I did, because if you would have just said Metallica, I'd say wrong. You need to answer in the form of a question.
All right. So 1 for 1 so far on Rockstar Jeopardy.
1 for 1.
Or Rock Band Jeopardy.
Aerosmith got the song title Walk This Way from a line in this movie.
Oh gosh.
I feel like when I tell you, you're going to be like, oh, I knew that.
It's a pretty old song by now.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday Night Fever.
Matt.
Yeah.
It's Jeopardy.
Oh, yeah. What is Saturday Night Fever?
Wrong.
Okay. I figured so.
Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein. Yeah, I would not have gotten that.
Oh, okay.
But Frankenstein does have an interesting walk. Good point.
Have you ever seen Young Frankenstein?
Yeah, it's been forever.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a Mel Brooks film. It had Gene Wilder in it.
Yep.
Dr. Frankenstein.
Okay.
Or Dr. Young Frankenstein.
I'm going to tell you a song, and I'm going to tell you a part of a movie. You're going to name the movie.
Okay.
Song by Black Sabbath. Movie, Tony Stark weaponizes an armored suit.
Oh, yeah, Iron Man. I mean, what is Iron Man?
There you go. Okay.
Good old Black Sabbath. Ozzy Osbourne's old band, you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Sadly, on January 8th, 1994, this group played their last ever U.S. show in its hometowns of Seattle.
Who is Nirvana?
Who is Nirvana is correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Despite losing an arm, Rick Allen continues to drum for this hard rock group.
Oh, is this Def Leppard? I need to try again.
Matt.
Who is Def Leppard?
Who is Def Leppard is correct.
Keep on forgetting we're playing Jeopardy.
I know.
We need to give you a Trebek style mustache.
Except for he didn't have it in his later years.
Well, I know, but this is old school Trebek, I was thinking.
Well,
maybe
my Kate mustache will have to be good enough.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Now that I look at it, it is almost early Alex Trebek like, oh, yeah, it's a nice stash you got there.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, we're ending on a good one. Gene Simmons takes it 2 hours to get into his makeup for this band. And Paul Stanley takes 45 minutes, but has less to do.
Who is Kiss?
Who is Kiss? Correct.
You grossed out by his tongue?
Entirely.
Yeah. No, put that away.
I don't like to look at him.
We know what you're trying to do.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Gene. What a rock star name.
You don't think Gene's a good rock star name?
No.
I mean, it's no Ozzy, but...
It's not Ozzy, exactly. Or Lars.
You think Lars is some kind of... I guess that's some kind of Scandinavian name, right? Lars.
I was going to say German.
German? Okay, maybe you're right.
Yeah, over there.
Over that direction.
One of those names.
Those people.
I mean, you could say European, right? Does that cover everything?
It covers a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, the name Lars is a boy's name of Scandinavian origin.
There you go.
Meaning crowned with laurel.
Interesting.
Yeah. Huh. Lars. Oh, but then this one here says German. Depending on the spelling.
How do you spell Lars differently?
All right, so it says, this is, the first one I read from was from nameberry.com.
Okay.
This one is from behindthename.com. And it says meaning, origin, and history of the name Lars, behind the name. There's Lars, Lahsh, which is Swedish and Norwegian. There's Lars, Lahs, Danish. There's Lars with an H between the A and the R. That's Finnish. And then Lars, as we know, Lars from Metallica, Lars, German.
Aha!
But give me long enough, I'll find. Yeah.
I still think it's safe, like a blanket statement. Over there.
Yeah.
That part of Europe.
Ooh, Lars is derived from the Latin name Laurentius.
Well, duh.
Which means from Laurentum or crowned with laurel. That's what Wikipedia says. And Wikipedia is... We're going with Wikipedia, right? We like Wikipedia?
You do.
They're no longer soliciting money.
Oh. The shock.
Please don't scroll down. Please don't scroll... Oh, fine.
I guess.
Lars is a common male name in Scandinavian countries. Did you consider naming your girls any variant of Lars?
Never.
I guess Laurel could have been used.
No, and you know what? I probably never would because I will always think of the drummer for Metallica.
Yeah. Doesn't make for a very handsome woman. Yeah.
Nope. I mean, it wasn't even on our top for the boys.
No? Oh,
nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Weird.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like Ozzy wasn't up there either.
Oh, I could see someone naming their kid Ozzy for sure. But Ozzy versus Lars, which one probably gets... Yeah, you're right. Probably Lars due to like family names and things like that. Lars is probably still a more popular name than Ozzy. I don't know. I have to pull out the top birth names from 2021 and see where Ozzy and Lars fall.
Think they topped the 100? Cracked the 100 top names?
Oh, I was going to say I don't think they topped it, but surely they're in the top 100, right? Lars and Ozzy?
Right.
Maybe
in like 1989.
What sounds better together if you're going to go first name, middle name? Lars, Ozzy, or Ozzy, Lars?
Ozzy.
Ozzy Lars.
Ozzy first, yeah.
Yeah, Ozzy Lars. Lars Ozzy. Sounds weird. Yeah, Ozzy Lars sounds pretty normal. Yeah.
Yep. Normal.
Ozzy Lars, go to your room. Lars Ozzy, go to your room. Yeah, Ozzy Lars. Yep.
Lars Ozzy sounds like a first name, last name.
Yeah, Ozzy Lars is clearly first name, middle name.
Clearly.
Clearly.